Have you? Hello? Hmm. Okay. So what are you guys doing then? So you're currently sailing away from the place.
Yep.
What is your action?
Mic on.
That would be the captain's decision. I thought
Yeah, I
we
was
were
going to say,
headed towards an
Captain, tell us what
island.
to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're heading towards like the closest
Mic
available
off.
place to convene and do all that.
Okay.
So that would be sailing checks, right? Or like...
No, you can do that. That's not hard. Yeah, so you guys make it to like a sandbar or something nearby to reconvene. So you disembark.
Also, so we have that big ship, right? Because we evacuated all those people onto it.
Yes, most of the crew of it was killed, but there's enough to sail it under normal sail and not under oar power.
Okay.
Unless you killed all of the prisoners.
No, they're dead.
Oh, you killed them all.
Yeah, that was my next question, to see if we'd killed them all yet.
Oh, no, wait, no, we're saving them for being able to contact the ones below, because we need some human sacrifices.
Okay.
Mic on.
Correct. We were saving the sacrifices.
Okay.
Hey, if we're going to stop Eldritch Horrors, we need other Eldritch Horrors.
I don't know about all that.
Also, as far as what we've become, considering what we're now resorting to is what the Navy resorted to, I think we're becoming more like the Navy than we are pirates.
No, they were becoming more like pirates.
Who's to say?
I don't know.
To an extent, isn't it worse if we just wind up meeting in the middle? Because that means that both of our ideologies have become so corrupted that there's a third middle option that, in a way, is even more horrifying because it has a complete lack of principles to... I don't know.
Where were you trying to go with that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe we should stop executing innocent people. Something along those lines.
I don't think we did that. Have we done that? I don't think we've done that.
No, we've done a lot of that.
Who have we executed that was
innocent if they're fighting in the
Yeah,
Navy?
that's what I'm thinking. I don't remember executing innocent people.
Yeah, the only people I've executed are soldiers, and none of them are innocent.
Fine, we should stop executing people in cold blood.
No.
He's literally a crab person. What do you expect him to do?
That's a gray area.
Yeah, I'm cold-blooded. What do you want from me?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Lan's going along with it. He just feels kind of weird about it, but he's going along with it.
I say we're pirates, and I say we kill who we have to.
We didn't have to, though, is the point.
Mic on.
I was stating that...
Yeah, that's a little subjective.
I mean, here's the thing. Once again, he's gonna go along with it because he literally can't say no. Like, he would raise these complaints, but then if Giltor was like, I see you, I hear you, your feelings are valid, and you are recognized. That being said, do it anyway. Aye, Captain. Paint the sea red with their blood.
Nice.
I'm the captain of this fucking boat. Now shut the fuck up.
God, Lan
would murder himself if Giltor did.
Lan wakes up at night. Lan wakes up at night crying that Giltor won't just say, "I'm the captain, now shut the fuck up and do what I say."
Yeah. That would make things so much easier for Lan if he was given definitive orders and no choice.
It would just fix everything about my job instantly.
Nah.
This is literally the beginning of My Flag Means Death, where Bonnet tries to have like a full democracy, and everyone's like, "What is that, though?"
Lan is the most sub a person to be.
He's contractually obligated to be a sub.
Little bit. I was gonna refute that, but I'm like, no, you're right.
I mean, shouldn't those situations usually have a contract?
Yeah,
Ahead of the game.
there you go. Okay, so you guys land on this like sandbar island, like small little island in the middle of nowhere, and you meet with the captains of the other ships. So you have you guys, Captain Isabella, Siddiqui, who is the first mate and current acting captain of the Storm Runner, and Togashi, who is also acting captain of the other ship that you've captured.
Mic off. Mic on.
So what do you guys want to do? Like, you called, you had everybody stop. What do you want to do?
So,
Fancy meeting you here.
Asim,
Mic off.
now that we've
Mic on.
busted your men out of Cartoris, we ready to get back on track with the kind of looking over at land, our main project?
Our main project. Yes. But I need to set my crew and ship to task in the meantime.
Okay.
That is true.
Siddiqui looks at you. What are your orders, Captain?
That's a good question. I need a private meeting with Captain Gillator.
Aye, sir.
Since I've decided to fly under your flag, in your colors, my
Yes.
ship is your ship. With that being said, what are your orders?
I don't think you're going to like this answer. But they look to you as a leader. What do you feel that they should be doing? What
You see one of
go back to Carlin?
you hear a loud pop, and one of Lan's eyes just turns fully red.
Yeah, that's what I figured was about to happen.
Not like demon red, but like the entire white of his eye is now
Like
filled
just
with
now
blood.
filled with
There's like
blood.
a little bit just trickling down the side of his head as something fundamentally dies inside him.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah,
I don't
Lan-
know how simple it would be for them to go back to smuggling in Jaskar.
Oh no, I figured small raids, plundering along coasts. Maybe not so much around Jaskar, but maybe we give the Navy a little bit of run for their money. Make it known that if you mess with Captain Gillator, your country is forfeit.
At the same time, however, we still have that bounty hunter scaling the waters, and I think he'd be none too pleased, considering that bounty poster he was waving around. As long as we have, pardon the phrase, Captain, bigger fish to fry, maybe best not to go stirring up trouble where there ain't none.
Why would I have to pardon the... I'm not a fish. I'm a crustacean. God.
Yeah. If anything, that part was the insulting bit.
Aye. I say, deepest apologies, Captain. I'll be issuing myself 30 lashes for me insolence, and you can be best assured I'll not be letting myself slip like that again. Not on my watch.
So just like without like any prior warning, Amandi like walks away to our ship, and after a little bit comes back holding like a flagon of like the endless alcohol that we have. I forget which type it is, and I just give it to Lan because he looks like he's having a hard time.
You know what? Lan, turn that upside down for a second.
I try upside down.
Where's the echo coming from?
I don't know. Did you bring him the endless flask or
Yeah.
a
No.
glass
I didn't
of?
bring the endless one. I just brought him like a cup of it from the
yeah.
endless because we got the endless filling barrels.
Oh yeah, no, I need the flask on us just in case. I still am unclear as to whether or not those zombie guys can swim, and
Lan thanks you, but then fully eats the cup.
It was a wooden cup, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, it wouldn't have mattered. Thanks you, but then fully eats the cup.
but yeah, I feel your
Yeah.
crew's vessel is
At this
outfitted
point,
for
it wouldn't have
smuggling.
mattered.
I feel like smuggling things in and out of
Fully eats the cup.
maybe Hagara is still even too
I
close.
feel your crew's
Maybe
vessel-
Andoran?
Let's go to the map then.
You know that most of Hagara's ports are closed, except for like the small islands around it.
And smuggling in and out of Andoran, you run into the trade guilds, and they're almost and dealing with them almost as bad as dealing with the navy.
Well, I want the Navy to suffer, so if you're telling me,
Right. At the moment, I do just want to inquire: at what point did we venture away from the next objective being possibly averting an apocalypse? As I gesture to the telescope, like in a when did we kind of what's happening?
Oh
Wait,
no,
we
no,
have
we're
other
doing
plans to avert
February.
apocalypse?
I feel like I missed a trick somewhere.
Oh, I'm giving my ship orders, and then we're.
Oh,
sailing
sorry. So
off.
this is what they're doing.
Yes.
Got it. Sorry. Yeah.
I say they make the Phaedrus army chase them.
The problem is if we run after the Phaedrus army chasing them, the Phaedron army will catch them. Honestly, if you did want to send them pillaging off the coast of Andoran, you'd probably get into shit with the Galerian Trade Guild.
I
But
don't really want to mess with the trade guild.
I was gonna say, but they're the ones who are like most likely to get away, at least compared to dealing with the Empire.
Yeah, but I really don't like the Empire. I have no beef with the trade guild at the moment.
We're pirates.
Yeah, I'm new to the pirate thing, remember? I was just a smuggler a couple of months ago.
I also really like the idea of being a giant thorn in the side of the Phaedron military. But they did get captured by them before.
Yes, I know, but I think they may have learned their lesson.
You can always have them like keep tabs on the Phaedron military rather than like actively be like harming them in order to report back to you. Like you don't have to have
That
them.
would be useful.
That is true. You don't have to have them like if you want to be like keep your eye on the Phaedrons, like
It's true.
that is one way to do it. Like they could do that for you.
I like that idea.
It'd also be good to know what their future plans are, considering their like big bad prison has just been sacked by pirates and all their prisoners are gone, and they've got an eldritch monster in the basement that needs food.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy. All right, I think I know what my orders are going to be for my crew.
You can assume that since you've left, the Phaedrons will be back to occupy Cartoris again once they realize that something has happened.
That's fine.
They'll lock that shit down pretty soon.
That's fine. If we've
Are we
proven
gonna try to
nothing
do-
else, we've proven that we should not be trifled with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Have we though?
what if we went back and like fought those guys before their reinforcements came back?
We could.
Because like once we're well rested, I feel like we stand a much better chance. We beat a giant eldritch monster. Like, so what if those guys were like
That
really weird?
That will be completely, totally up to our captain.
That's true.
I think this is slightly off topic from that, but if we do inevitably make contact with the large eldritch monster, who I'm considering our large eldritch business partner, we could always come back to Cartoris through the Underdark, just like and take it back from below.
So
That's
take
always
them
an
from behind.
I mean,
Oh.
if you want to be weird about it, I'm just suggesting we attack them below with a giant tentacle monster. I don't see anything weird about that.
That's awesome. All right, I know what orders I'm giving my crew.
Okay. What orders are you giving your crew?
Keep tabs on the Phaedron military. Whenever possible, make it difficult for them. And from time to time, capture a Phaedron and destroy a Phaedron supply ship, if possible.
All right, Captain.
And then whatever else you need to do to keep the crew happy and well fed and well stocked.
Of course, yeah. We'll keep on the lookout. We'll make sure that I can report back to you with anything we find on the Phaedron military, like whatever they're doing.
And hire on as much crew as you need from the.
Right. Yeah, we'll lay low for a couple of weeks and then we'll get on it.
If you're gonna lay low, go ahead and lay low in where was that pirate town?
Which one?
Exactly. The one
There's
that
a
we
lot.
went to. That was kind of like destitute or
You
something.
like Cordova?
Yeah.
What?
Was
The
it?
one that we stopped another apocalypse in.
That wasn't a pirate town.
No.
It just
They just had a,
teaching.
they just had a church to Saint Teach, who is not a pirate god.
Yeah. He's
Lay
like
low
pirate,
in Cordova.
but so do other like normal sailors as well.
Yeah. Go ahead and lay low in Cordova, since now they're all sane over there.
All right.
Lay low there when you can. Start raids. Try not to make us new enemies. And if you do, let us know.
You know where the Google is?
Yeah. Okay.
Give no quarter.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Phaedrons.
Last time I saw it, I told you it was down here.
All right. So yeah, he says that he understands his orders, and if there's nothing else you need from him, he'll head out.
You're dismissed. I expect to hear
Alright.
from you in a week's time.
Okay. He says he'll make weekly reports by bird, by seagull.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, he heads out on his ship, and then Isabella is kind of just like hanging around, like instructing her crew on like taking stock of all their resources and stuff, and fixing any like damage to the ship that's been done.
Yeah, what was her last name again?
Valencia.
Valencia. Yeah.
Captain Isabella Valencia.
Captain Valencia.
Aye.
Now, you are under no obligation to help us in our mission to stop whatever watery apocalypse is about to befall all of us.
What are you talking about?
Were you not there when we were discussing the watery apocalypse that's going to befall all of us?
I don't think so. I don't think she was there at all.
Oh.
Was she not in the fight with the giant monster?
She was literally the sacrifice that we saved from
Yeah.
the tentacles.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that wasn't like a watery apocalypse that she just figured some cult.
Did
was trying
she?
to sacrifice
Okay,
her.
but was she there for this fight?
Yeah. Either way, There is a watery apocalypse that will befall this earth if we don't stop it, and you're under no obligation to help us physically do it. However, would it really be such a pain if we copied that map on your back? I mean, like, you're not going to do anything with it.
Is there, Ben? I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there like a pirate oath that I know that, like, basically the equivalent of a Greek person like swearing on the river Styx, like a thing that pirates take so seriously that it might give us a bump to, like, oh, you'd be willing to do that? Okay.
I don't know. You could swear on Teach's tit. I don't know.
Interesting.
The alliteration.
I have no idea. I'm sure there is one. You can make it up if you want.
I swear, I'm a barnacle-covered peg leg of St. Teach or whatever.
Don't be daft, lad. Any good sailor knows what Saint Teach would have the know-how to scrape the barnacles off his leg. You don't let the barnacles grow just because it's aesthetic. No, but
I love that, like, the image of Saint Teach to, like, normal, like, merchants and stuff is, like, an intrepid navigator and explorer, and then he's just full on, like, pinnacle, like, platonic ideal of a pirate.
it's it's like the thing of what show is it from where he's so piratey he's wearing an eye patch over both eyes.
Yeah.
2 hook hands, 2 peg legs.
3 hook hands.
Where's the third one go? Wiggles his eyebrows under the eye patches. Yeah, can I try and assist the captain? I'll walk over to her. And so does she have any context for the shit that we all just went through?
I mean, she understands that, like, there's some weird shit going on, and these are dark times to be a pirate, but she doesn't really...
This is him. It's St. Teach.
What is this? Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Let me see.
For those watching the stream that can't see what I just posted in the chat, it's Patty the Pirate from SpongeBob.
I'll show you. Every time I picture St. Teach, I've been thinking of, where is it? The candy pirate from Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh my god, Sticky Beard.
Yeah.
By famous actor Mark Hamill.
A little bit. Basically this. Like a non-candified version of this.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
Where can I find a good listing of all of the 4E spells that I have access to?
Well, there's 2 types. There are your wizard powers and rituals.
Right.
So you can go to this website here. Hold on.
I have an encounter power that I'm going to petition to you to be swapped out at some point.
That's fine.
But yeah, so
I use.
Ooh, thank you.
So there's rituals, there's powers, and you can sort by wizard.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'm putting that in my bookmarks.
You should. This is the best website ever for 4E content. It's the entire database of everything that has ever been published for 4E. So yeah.
Yeah, so I go over to her, and so like I said, does she have any context for what just happened here?
Probably not. She's probably like, I was kidnapped by a cult.
No, but like the fight that we just went through. Did she see like the weird armor zombie monsters? Anything?
I mean, they weren't zombies, but yeah, she probably saw. Well, no, she was probably like getting her crew off the island. She probably didn't actually see them. I don't think she went with you down like to the lower.
Well, there's
jail.
one of them. There's a few of them that charged on the deck after us and took a hit from a cannonball and kept running.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that you guys had already started sailing away by then. Like your ship was the last one to set sail.
Okay, then yeah. Either way, I go over.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to say?
Say, Captain. I know what we say to you may sound far-fetched, and you have no reason to believe us. And truth be told, I'll not ask you to. What I will ask, however, is that you do trust us. Is it the events we speak of, the forces what took you to that place, and now move against us and the rest of the world? They're no sailor's fancy, nor salt-bedraggled scallywags' nightmares. They're real as you or me. And I swear to you, upon my honor as a pirate, and upon every breath of salt in me lungs, and upon
Mic
every
on.
step I've had on the deck of a ship, that, and I say to you that if you give us the last bit of information you have, once we sail off, if you wish, it'll be the last you ever hear of it. Any burden you carry on the matter will be ours to shoulder, and by the forces of Hell's itself, and say, nothing in this or any life will be able to drag your name from our lips as to how we learned what we've learned. But I ask you that to trust us in this, because at the moment we be sailing to the maw of the beast itself. And you be the only, and say, the moment what you have is the only hope we have of any of this. And I gesture to like the sky and the horizon and everything, of making it out the other side.
Well,
and if I, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, she was going to respond to you.
Okay.
I don't really know what to make of all the things that have happened. The cult that kidnapped me, the monsters carving up my back, or that fucking thing that we fought at the prison. But I guess if you guys are hell-bent on taking it head on, then I guess the least I could do is let you take whatever they put on me.
I nod, and then
At least before I get it covered up. I was thinking of putting a kraken on my back anyway, so.
I wince and go, given recent events, maybe in a bit poor taste. Maybe in a bit poor taste. If I can suggest though, maybe a different map. If I was looking for someone, in my personal opinion, if I was looking for someone, what I suspected had a tattoo of a map to a hidden treasure on their back, and I ripped the shirt off of them, and all I saw was a map to a treasure that I knew for a fact was not the treasure I was seeking, I'd just go look somewhere else. Lan says, and then just for all of you who hear that, have the context that Lan is currently in possession of a magical telescope that reveals the MacGuffin, and in order to hide it, he put it inside of a different telescope.
Yeah, true. And she kind of looks at you cockeyed, and she's like, "It's a terrible idea."
I'm going to be real honest with you.
Yeah.
We're going to have to fight through so many more tentacle monsters, so many more big fish. And honestly, I don't know what else. Maybe they won't be. Maybe it'll be some other horrible abomination. but we're gonna have to fight a lot of stuff.
Well, I, for one, am very eager to never experience that again.
Good.
So you have all the fun in the world with whatever bullshit that you guys are working on.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, you are under no obligation to fight as many tentacle monsters, fish monsters.
She agreed to help us purely on the proviso that she doesn't have to do that.
Right, exactly. She's like, I'm not gonna do that again. That was like not a
Mic
great
off.
experience. Honestly, 0 out of 10. Can't recommend it. But if it helps you guys, then she'll give you the map that they put on her.
I guess have our more learned cartography skilled wizard copy down the map.
Okay.
I just want to say that, like, while Lan was basically making, like, as far as Amandi is considered, a fey deal, this woman promising that the entire crew is, like, not going to speak a word of her name to anybody about this, which she's given us, her eye just kind of twitches as she stands there and hears this. It's just like,
Did I say we or did I say I?
You said we.
Battery low.
Fair enough. Fuck it. Look, were you gonna? It's bad karma as a sailor to rat on, or as a pirate to rat on people anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, I don't have the
Battery
starting
low.
intention to do so, but I'd like the option if it needed to happen.
I would like the option to barter for my life.
Mhm.
I do really like the idea, though, of just like the Avengers style, like, and if we should ever need you again, understand that you don't fucking need to bother. Like, I fully understand you saying no.
I thought you were gonna say the opposite, where it's her going like, it's us going, and if we should ever need you again, we hope that we can. You can't. Don't hope. Don't hope.
Don't hold your breath.
Don't
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 hope.
don't hope that.
Don't hope for that at all.
You're not gonna get it. You're handing her like a scroll to like how to contact you. It's like, I'm gonna throw that in the ocean as soon as you turn your back. I'll do it to your face, actually. Like,
First mate. Hands it to her first mate. Please destroy this by any means necessary.
it's like, I will not come. I will not have. Oh, but well, all the same, even though you're nervous, I'm not nervous. I'm the calmest I've ever been. I've never been more sure of anything in my life, actually. Not gonna do it.
Should we ever need you again, please don't need me.
Don't ever need me again.
Don't-
Why
don't-
would you?
Don't do that.
Why would you need me again? Please don't even think about me anymore.
Man, need
I'm
is a wrong word.
Let's just get everything that you need from me. Let's get it out of the way now, because the more you say this, the more it makes me think that you might need something later, and the less motivated I am to help you. Because if I don't help you, you'll just get killed, and you won't have to like risk calling me.
Right.
Is the vibe of like, you're more and more motivating me to get you killed, so that I am less of a risk of hearing from you again.
So she allows
Battery
either
low.
Gil for a seam or whoever is navigating for the ship to
Mic on.
take copy down the map that is tattooed into her back.
Charging battery.
I mumble under my breath, it's about bloody time.
You know, I've learned an important lesson here. It takes
Oh,
2 life-threatening fights versus eldritch monsters to get the kind of trust required to get something like this from somebody. So now we know in the future, should we need something very important from somebody, just gotta fight alongside them against 2 eldritch monsters.
Oh my
It's a
god.
good thing we have a really solid track record on fighting eldritch monsters.
Yeah.
but after all, it
Like
takes
3 for 3.
two to make a thing go. It takes two to make a thing go right, and that would have been funnier if I didn't trip over it.
Meh.
Well, there's only one of you saying it, so you couldn't make it go right.
Now Mariana's singing it.
You made it go left.
Well, that's a good way to go.
Also, I don't know that song.
Sorry to get
Oh,
political on this.
Yeah.
I think Cool. So we get the map.
Get the map.
Do you have an actual copy of the map, or
Do I have an actual copy of the map?
yeah,
No.
for us to look at?
Nope.
Lame.
You're lame.
I know I'm lame.
I know this map is a drawing of a section of like underwater mountains and stuff, and not like
Yes.
so not like above water. What's it called? Geography.
Yes, that was correct.
So we should, like, the fact that we have this is neat. We should probably put it on the back burner and follow this telescope now that we have a second lens.
Well, can we be comparing? What do you call it? We should compare if this map lines up at all with the path the telescope is taking us on.
Mic off.
It's a little hard. Well, I guess the captain could potentially check it because he can go underwater.
If any of you would like to give me an intelligence check to try to interpret the two maps, or the map with the spyglass.
I'll do it.
Cool.
Is there any Is there any relevant skill that I can use, or just a straight intelligence?
I don't know.
Mic on.
Have you managed to actually log in?
I have not.
Oh my god. I don't know what skill this would be.
History? Because I'm trying to track like geography.
Yeah, I
Say Arcana.
history or Arcana would work.
Okay.
I have a plus 10 in Arcana.
I have the ability to get a nat 20 on command in history.
We'll make it Arcana then, so that Dad can roll because you're not.
Hell yeah.
All right, gang.
Can I at least give him the help action?
Yeah, that's a +2.
Mm-hmm.
So 27.
27.
Oh, by the way, just to be really trick and fresh, I have Mage Hand doing the work of copying down the map.
Nice.
She's freaking fresh.
Sure. Isn't that how you Utes talk today?
Never heard that before. That sounds like
I don't know how kids talk.
to be honest, that sounds like something from like a movie in the 90s trying to imitate how young people speak.
Hello, how do you do, fellow children?
It's like no, it's on the same level as like the Mean Girls. Like, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen.
It's giving Steve Buscemi. That's how the kids talk, by the way.
It's serving Buscemi.
Yeah, putting his whole bushes into it.
Mic off.
Well, after that tremendous roll, has it yielded fruit by chance?
That is a good question. Let me see. Let me check the notes here. Let's see.
Oi, governor, what are you saying about it being more limey? What you thought it was better to be?
I don't know. They're cooking in there.
Limey is
God bless you.
Limey is a slur for British people.
Oh, I know.
But like they're British people. That's like the only slur everyone's allowed to say.
You know what? Yes, it does line up.
Ooh.
All right.
It seems like this map is pointing in the same direction as the spyglass, assuming that Lan allows Gelf to access to the spyglass in order to compare them.
Yeah, sure. I figured that my +2 that I gave him was essentially the gamified version of like him reading the map while I interpret the telescope.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Say that again?
That again.
We
Mic
worked
on.
together and the power of friendship and magic found me conserved.
No, Ben, what was that about the map? I'm sorry.
The map and the spyglass are pointing in the same direction.
Well, I look at Lanolin and Wank and go, hey, check it out. They're pointing in the same direction, huh? How about that?
I'm not sure whether that's comforting or not, to be honest, given everything. I suppose it's good knowing that there's only. I suppose it's good knowing that at least the subject of our impending doom will be succinct and localized.
If you chose a pirate's life to be comfortable, then you've made a serious vocational error.
I did not choose it to be comfortable. I chose it because I had a complete lack of other options.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The alternative was execution.
Fist bump, or, well, I don't know, in your case, hoof bump.
I have hands.
Right on.
Do you commonly, when talking to other elves or humans, do you commonly do that with your feet?
I don't know. It depends on how much ale I've consumed beforehand.
Which the way you're talking sounds like a lot.
Fair enough. I offer him either my hand or my hoof, depending on like where he's gesturing his fist.
Bonk, bonk. Right on. You rock.
I have a whole secret handshake by the end of this.
Oh my god.
Fucking. Lan walks up to Gelf and like offers a fist bump. Someone just pulls a knife and just kills Lan on the spot. He turns into a mimic.
That'd be interesting.
It wasn't a secret handshake.
Yeah.
Anyway. So what do you guys
Mic
want
off.
to do now?
We have a headache.
So yeah, Isabella says like she loads up her ship and goes, "Thank you for all of that. You're welcome for all of this. I hope we never
Mic on.
cross sails again."
I completely, totally understand how you feel.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Understand that if we meet again,
I'll kill you.
Accident.
Well, that seems unnecessary.
I just love. Can I say I love the bluntness of that? If we ever meet again, I'll kill you. It's giving Zach Oyama. Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, right.
yeah, if we ever bump into each other on the high seas again, I'm sorry.
I will give you a glorious death. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Raise anchor, prepare to cast off. As she turns away and
If you kill me, you have to feed me and feed me to your crew.
So I watch her leave. I just say to the rest of my crew, I don't like her.
I mean, listen. Some people, even though you may be, politically or advantageously aligned, you just may not click on an interpersonal level. But in the grand scheme of things, it's important to put things in perspective. She's been through a lot, a lot personally in the last couple of days, and it's perfectly reasonable for her to. And then Lan kind of trails off again and sighs. Oi, lily-livered scallywagon, blah, blah, and then rattles off a bunch of folksy pirate speak.
Okay.
Everything's fine. I'm sure she likes us.
I don't care if she likes us. I don't like her.
Depending on how the next few days go, I suppose we're never going to see her again, one way or the other.
Somehow I doubt it.
Same.
Her reluctance to fight giant squid monsters does not make there be any less giant squid monsters in the world. And if she's going to be a pirate, she needs to learn to fight giant squid monsters.
I will remind you, Captain, she does outrank everyone on this ship.
That's by somebody else's system. I don't care about that.
I don't think that you're gonna like this, but would you like to try it anyway?
Sure.
I mean, like,
Why not?
life has never really meant a lot to me.
Nope.
My my natural pirate's inclination to. What's it gonna say? My natural pirate's inclination in order to rebel against authority says that I agree with you, but at the same time, my blind devotion to authority and to uphold the arbitrary system of rules strung together as the Pirates Code wants me to call ye a heretic. Quite the conundrum I find myself in.
Very bad.
That's just day to day. That's just our whole vibe.
Oh, I thought you were coming here begging to wash our mouth out of it.
Yeah. Our DM is now going to grab a drink from the kitchen. So we have our heading.
Here we go, off to Neverland.
Yeah. What is it? The third star on the left, across from the back.
Morning.
Oh.
BRB, but I won't be able to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, on our phone. Yeah, she was Minecraft on her phone.
Yeah. We have two lenses for the telescope now. Like, although the first lens just points to the second, right?
I don't remember.
We did ask a lot of questions about this when we first got it, but I don't remember all of them. If only there was like a video or something that we could reference.
Did you come with
yeah.
a manual?
It sucks that no one was streaming this for us to be able to reference back to answer any questions we had.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
What was your question?
The first lens that we had just points to the second one.
Mic off.
Yes. Did nobody know? Did nobody remember that? You have a red one or a green one and a yellow one.
According to what is now written in the chat, yeah, somebody did remember.
All right.
Yeah, so we have a heading, and it goes through the map that...
Oh, actually, before we go off and do that, we should handle this other ship full of people.
Oh yeah,
right.
The third ship, Togashi's ship.
Yeah. So we should recruit anybody who's willing to stay, and then I guess everybody else can just go live their life wherever. Who cares?
Oh, I told my mom that we were doing
Yeah.
this. She says, try not to kill yourself.
Some of the there are some of the crew of the ship, like a lot of them were killed at Cartoris. But there's enough to crew the Phaedron war galley. It's a bigger ship, so it goes kind of slow. Because it's a bigger ship. Bigger ships normally go faster, but this ship only has one sail because it was meant to be powered by oars mostly. So it's actually kind of slow compared to the rest of the ships.
Now, is it more or less full? Because we also freed all the prisoners from Cartoris, and they're also on this ship.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I don't remember the order of events. So you freed the prisoners and then they started fighting? Or they started fighting the soldiers and then they freed the prisoners after they won?
It was more like simultaneous, like some people went to fight, some people went to free prisoners, and then those prisoners we gathered weapons for, and then the prisoners we freed joined the fight.
So yeah, I think it's probably a fully crewed ship then.
Yeah, plus all of the original crew of it is prisoners in the lower decks.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still have those guys.
Yeah, we need human sacrifices for later.
Yeah, so the
Mic
ship
on.
is at full capacity right now. It's at full strength.
So, having that in mind,
Plus, the rescue should be extra grateful.
for all the people who are choosing not to stay on with us and be pirates,
Which is
they're
honestly
going to have to be.
a very minor group. Like, it's a minority of them. Who just want to be dropped off at the next port so they can make their way back to wherever they came from.
Yeah. So considering that, we'll probably have to. I feel like if it's the minority of them that don't want to stay on, we'll probably have to drop them off on a different ship because if we can't drop them off on that ship, that's way too big and attention grabbing.
Oh yeah.
We're definitely gonna want to keep that out of the public eye.
Yeah, this ship is going to be hard to sail into port without an explanation, or at least any port here around where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get that Phaedron war galley? Fell off the back of a truck.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so did the Stormrunner leave yet? If they didn't, they can probably take some people.
Yeah, the Stormrunner can take people if you want.
Okay. And then, so the prisoners that we're keeping for the human sacrifice, what are we doing with them in the meantime until we return to do the deal? Because, like, if we're keeping them on board, we're going to have to feed them to keep them alive until we can sacrifice them.
You make a strong point. But, like, where else are we going to get human sacrifices that I'm willing to sacrifice?
I mean, we'd probably have to fight more Navy ships. But those usually don't have as many people as this all at once.
That is true. We can't just knock over another Phaedron ship.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I'm going to allow the people who were in the prison ship to reap their bloody vengeance.
Okay.
And dump them in the sea.
They do so.
Yay! Woo!
Maybe if we also proclaim that this is going towards our future deal or whatever. I don't know if they can hear us, but like,
no, you guys are on Island. They're in the ship. They can't hear you.
No, I'm talking about the Eldritch thingies. Like, as we dump the bodies into the water, if we just say, like, this is for you guys. And it's like, I don't know.
This one goes out for my boys.
Pour one out for the homies, cuts a guy's head off, and drains his blood into the water.
Yeah, basically.
Cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
Oh my god!
That is the absolute correct usage of that fucking meme.
Wow.
Cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
Holy shit.
The Cold Ones is such an ominous name for a fucking D&D villain. And the idea of, like, you summon Cthulhu or, like, you summon Yog-Sothoth, and it's, like, Unsleeping City, where it's just, like, a frat dude, like, a backwards snapback hitting a vape, like, hey, what's up?
I'm the cold one.
Yeah, I'm the cold one.
I'm gonna use the cold one as a D&D bag.
Yo, one of you friggin' narcs better have summoned me for ultimate power or something and be ready to make a sacrifice, because I was just in the astral plane about to bag this friggin' out of 10 with my boy, and you totally pulled me out right in the middle of my beer pong game.
Filtered water.
It's very Rick and Morty.
Yeah, right?
Literally a thing that happens in Unsleeping City.
Yeah.
Is you meet Satan and it turns out he's a Molgoth.
Mm-hmm.
I said Morgoth, not Molgoth.
You summon Sauron. It's just this big pointy Sauron helmet, but it's the fucking snapback on top of that.
Oh god. Anyway, so what do you want to do with the Phaedron ship now that you've killed all the Phaedrons? Because now it is understaffed. Now it is not
Okay,
gonna.
do we actually need, like, it seems like this ship is honestly more trouble than it's worth, buy we can't really sell it anywhere because no one's gonna buy a Phadron ship, knowing that if they buy it, they then have to explain where they got it.
It's like trying to sell like a fully kitted out cop car.
Yes.
To like,
no, because then
CarMax.
no, because
CarMax guy goes,
no, here's the reason. No, here's why that's a false equivalency, right? Because you could strip the paint and sirens off a cop car, and you just have a car. This is like trying to fence the Hope Diamond.
Or like an M1.
No, it's I was gonna say it's like trying to fence an F-16. Like who the fuck?
It's a CarMax.
My friend, it's low mileage. My friend.
Oh my god!
It's low mileage. But like, so how much do you think I can get for this?
How much did they?
Yo, if you hang on for like 15 minutes, I got a buddy of mine who's an expert in stolen F-16 Raptors. Just the Pawn Stars guy. Honestly, the better thing to do with this might just be to like rig the sails and the steering wheel up to go in a straight line, write some ominous, threatening shit on the main sail, and just point it at the Phadron mainland and just cast it off into sea.
Yo, how much do you think I can get for this? I just put in a new stereo system.
Listed on cards and bids or bring a trailer.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not taking less than 100,000. I know what I have.
I know what I have. That's
Mic on.
That's what kills me is the I know what I've got.
It's always whenever somebody's trying to oversell something, that's what they say.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Steve told his fucking realtor.
Probably.
Yeah. Here's the thing. In this case, saying I know what I have is admission of guilt.
Actually.
Not wrong.
I know what I have. It's a sick ass sports car, right? Right? I actually don't know what I have, guys. I'm sorry.
What do you think I could get for this? About 10 to 20 years.
Probably.
Well, okay, but show me the Carfax though. Runs clean.
The two cop cars I owned, it was stamped on the title that they were former cop cars. Ooh, thank you.
Oh, really? It puts it on the title? That's interesting.
Yes.
I think you kind of have to, right?
Yes, you
Yes.
have to put on the Title X law enforcement.
Mm.
Or in my case, special use.
Special use? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Use other than passenger vehicle.
I mean,
it was a passenger vehicle, just
yeah, I mean,
it was like a really one-sided Uber.
Right. Yeah.
A non-consensual Uber ride, if you will.
Indeed.
It was a passenger vehicle, so some of the passengers were enthusiastic than others.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I had a train of thought, but it's gone now.
Great.
Oh yeah, no, I like
Train left the station.
Lynn's idea of using it as a message.
So what are you doing with it?
Kind of writing an ominous message on it, probably along the lines of the Chimera Pirates were here, with like a little like the Phadron flag, and then like a little X, and then maybe like a fart cloud on it. I don't know.
Okay.
Like one of those fun like S's that you'd write in middle school.
The cool S.
Pushing that out to sea in the direction of the Phadron mainland.
So this is cool idea, great. But also, if they decide to completely dismiss all said messages, then we just give them their fancy ship back, and they can use it some more.
Well, I mean, we can
Put a
damage it.
bomb on
Maybe we just like strand it and like wreck it somewhere that they're bound to like pass by and see it, and then they can come and see the message in that place.
We're in Phadron waters right now, right?
The ocean's pretty big. I don't know where you're gonna like put it that someone's gonna like.
I mean, they have regular. We know that they do like regular pass-throughs of areas. That's how we got this one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
we can even like
strand this on
strand
the
this
same spot
one
we're
on
standing.
the path it was supposed to be on.
Yeah, I guess so. You can do that if you want to.
We're gonna die together.
So, yeah, we could just kind of like.
Why do you keep messaging in the chat rather than use your mic?
Yeah.
Well, he did say he'd be right back.
All right.
Did he? Mike, what? I know. I know. Why are you not using the microphone that you have?
Who's Mike?
Who's Mike? I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
So we can prepare our message on the ship, and then actually, before we strand the ship, we need to make sure, do we have enough space on our other two boats to take the rest of the people from the ship?
what other two? How many boats you guys have? You have the
Okay, we've got the
Chimera
Storm Runner and we've got the Chimera. And
That's it.
for all of the people that we freed from both the ship and the prison, do we have enough space on both to ferry them to other places?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, we leave the message on the big ship that we stole, and then we take it to a place on its usual route, and we wreck it and like set it on fire and stuff, and then we leave it for the Phaedron Navy to find.
Okay.
With all the dead guys on it.
Didn't we dump them in the sea already?
Yes.
Fishing
There's
back
lots
out.
of blood still on it, though.
Is there what still on it?
Blood? I mean, we killed them on the boat, and then
There's probably blood on the boat. Sure.
Yeah.
So it's a total mess. It looks like a ghost ship. All of the crew is missing. Blood is everywhere. And also their prison was raided.
Yeah.
And the big. We draw like a big dick on their flag.
Sure.
And say the Chimera Pirates were here.
That they were.
What? I don't understand what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah, so you guys can do that. That's fine. So you,
Oh man, I was just thinking about that from like Amandi's perspective of like not understanding why you would draw a dick on the thing, because that like from her own culture seems like to show that seems like an act of submission, and I don't understand why you would put that there, but I guess your beliefs are different.
It's representative of us being cooler than them.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
actually
Mic
putting a dick
off.
on the flag. I feel like that's crass. We've already killed all their men.
Okay.
all right. But you write your crew's name on the flag or
Yeah.
on the ship?
Yeah, I want my bounty to go up. 3,000 is a pathetic number.
3,000 is a pathetic number.
Mic on.
Nothing
It really
to
is a pathetic number.
Mic off.
Okay, so I'm gonna take I guess my axe, sure. And like on a spot on like the deck of the ship, I'm going to just like cut into it Chimera. And then just like try to angle it so some of the blood on the ship like runs into it to fill in the creases.
That's
Hell
pretty
yeah.
sick.
Okay.
Graphic design is my passion.
Mic on.
Wow.
That's funny.
Okay. And then after that, I guess the Storm Runner can take all the people who don't want to be pirates, and on their way to do all their scouting missions and stuff, they can drop those people off at some other island, and then everybody else who wants to be pirates will just be on the Chimera with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So, you guys set that up. You scuttle the ship, the Phaedron ship, and by that I mean you release Scuttle to destroy it.
Oh, we're not trying to.
We're trying to sink the. That's fucking hilarious. No, so you scuttle the ship, and you leave it abandoned, like sunk on a shallow reef that they can like see it. Like you beach it on a sandbar or something. And you continue on. At this point, the Chimera is alone. Togashi goes with you guys, by the way, so I'm going to add him to the Chimera Pirates.
Oh, can we officially add his name to the roster of our crew?
That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I
Awesome.
that's what I meant.
Can we put him near the top of that list? 'Cause he's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do now?
Follow the.
Set sail.
Okay. So it sails you guys out. Where would it be? Probably like just south of Andoran. In like this area here. Come on, put a bubble. There we go, bubble. So it sails you out to about this location here. In the middle of the ocean, basically. Like you see the telescope, like as you guys are navigating, like it leads you here, and once you get beyond the horizon to the point where it is, you see the yellow line leading down into the ocean.
How are we going to get all of you air breathers down there? 'Cause I don't think I can do this on my own. Not gonna lie.
It's just the Gillitor show from now on.
I mean, there's always like. Wait, no, we probably don't have a diving bell, and that would be very cumbersome. You couldn't even see through it.
I have a sneaking suspicion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like Gelf's help with this if possible. Also, what's up, ya boy is in the game.
I did
where,
see that.
Where are we on the map again? Where are we on the map?
You guys are down here.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what I would. I'm gonna. Fuck
Takes
it.
about
Gelf,
2 weeks of sailing to get there.
Gelf, do you have detect magic or anything like that?
Detect magic?
Yes. Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's an Arcana check.
I'm trying to see if there's like, is there an enchanted thing of like, ooh, in this specific location, you could breathe underwater straight down because it's the column leading to the thing.
Ooh, would that be an Arcana check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, is there any, or just an Arcana check for like, is there anything magical about this area?
No, you don't sense any magic or enchantment on the water.
So it's just normal. Okay.
Maybe whatever it is, it's supposed to come to us. What about the other map? Are there instructions or something on the other map?
Yeah.
That is a good question. Give me a. What kind of check is this? I think you rolled high enough on the last one that you probably can interpret the map just fine. Now that you're here in the middle of the ocean, you take another look at the map that was tattooed, and you see like basically what they described before of how it looks like it is underwater like topography, and like some kind of structure, like very visible, like man-made, maybe not man-made, but like sentient creature made structure that the map is pointing to, that is built into the ground, like in between two mountains.
I hate to suggest it. Can we send Captain Giltor on a scouting mission just to see? Like, it might be that, hey, we only need to make it down there enough to like get to a temple and there's air in there. Or, like, at the very least, we should know what the hell's down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the longest rope we have?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, I'm pretty sure
Great.
it did buy a bunch of rope.
Lan is the guy in charge of and expert on buying the rope. When you say that, Lan gets a look on his face like he's been waiting 50 years for a captain of this ship to ask him that question. He goes, "Oh, Captain Giltor. How long of a rope do we need?"
Considering I don't know how deep this goes, as long as we have all of the rope that we have to spare, tie it together at the end.
I cut you off deadpan and say, "We'll have enough rope." It was meant to be a dramatic transition to imply that we have a very large excess of rope.
I mean, I did specifically pick up rope when we were at that last place. Some for the ship and some for, like, land snacks. So,
You cut them into 6-inch sections, just toss them to land. Would you do it for a land snack?
He's got him in a little bag. I'm just picturing they're in a little bag like fucking red vines.
Pretty much.
Paint the rope red.
Holy sweet somebody! We gotta fight another big tentacle monster!
That was a frighteningly good Shaggy. God damn.
I know.
I made a joke about this on. I was watching a TikTok clip of a drag performance of the end monologue from Scream, and the person in the clip
Mic
looked
off.
exactly like Matthew Lillard. So I said that I made a joke where Matthew Lillard actually has the ability to physically manifest his presence into the soul of any willing host. So I feel like in that moment you opened your third eye and became Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
But yes, Lan has also been buying a
Mic
fuckload
on.
of rope.
Yeah, I guess I take off my pirate cloak, my fucking the jacket, like the big leather coat. That's
coat.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I definitely got a regular, normal amount of sleep. I'm not fueled by several gallons of cold brew right now.
Can you see in the dark?
No.
oh, I meant to ask that earlier.
So this is pretty much an exercise in futility.
I can see in the dark as well as any crustacean.
Right, but at the bottom of the ocean, I mean, I suppose if the temple down there is lit, then you'll be able to see. But at the moment, if you dive down there, it's just pitch black.
Hold on.
Does anybody, Yelf, do you have like a light cantrip?
I don't. Oh man.
The thing is, when submerged in full salt water, like head to toe, I can become full crab.
Mm-hmm.
Like the size of a crab and everything, with the eyes of a crab. And if a crab
but does full crab have dark vision?
I'm Googling this to see if crabs can see in the dark right now.
If a crab can exist that deep underwater, which I don't know if they can. How deep can a crab go?
Let's see. Based off of this blurb, there are certain crabs. Okay, the crabs that inhabit vents found deep on the ocean floor have developed a form of eyesight similar to that of night vision goggles used by the military. So there is a type of crab that does it. I don't know if your specific type of crab does it.
What kind of crab are you based on?
Specifically a fiddler crab. That's why I had the one big hand, or the one big crab ball.
Fiddler crab. Depth.
That's what Gillator is, just a shortening of Pugillator, which is the Latin name for a fiddler crab.
P.U. Gillator.
What are you doing, Mom?
It is not saying how deep in the ocean fiddler crabs live.
Cider mixture into carboy.
Either way, fuck it, I guess. Fuck it, we ball.
Very nice. So what's the plan? You're gonna go down by yourself?
As a crab, yes.
As a crab. So you turn into a little crab and you hop off the ship.
Well, real quick, is there any indication of how, like, topography-wise, how deep this area is?
I mean, you have a plum. You can probably do that.
Okay, let's drop the plum, and then I think we should try and figure out, what do you call it? We should essentially try and figure out about how long it would take for him to fall or swim to the bottom of the ocean, and then essentially multiply that by 2, just to give him time down there to, like, walk around. And that's the point where, like, if we don't hear from him, pull him back up.
Okay. You plumb the depths, literally. And this section of the ocean is actually relatively shallow. So it's like a couple 100 feet.
Okay.
How lucky.
What?
How lucky.
Well, it is surrounded by underwater mountains, so...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fiddler crabs are very small. How are you going to hold on to a rope as a fiddler crab?
Big claw.
It's actually a relatively small claw.
Okay, so what we do is we take the end of the rope and we fray it some, so the pieces are a little loose.
I'm letting you know, when he turns into his full crab, Lana's just kind of staring at him. And
Mic
goes,
off.
Like, you know, we've known each other a very long time, Captain, and at the risk of sounding flippant, when you came back from shore leave all those moons ago and revealed that you had made some bargain to turn yourself into a crab monster, and you revealed to me that ye had the ability, if needed, to transform into a crab, I was sort of always under the impression that ye meant a crab the size of a man, not... And Lennox is kind of staring at him like, in the however many years that I have known this man, I at no point internalized the idea that he could transform into, like, a 6-inch long fiddler crab. And he was permanently operating under the assumption that he would be a giant man-sized crab.
There is a bucket of sandy water in my captain's quarters that I sleep in as a crab.
Oh my god.
Number
Like,
one,
I don't sleep in like a bed.
why would Lan ever go into your quarters? Number 2, if he ever did, he assumed that was just your pet. There's a very good chance that if he's ever seen you in full crab form and you didn't immediately turn back, he just essentially went, "Oh, Captain must have stepped off the ship for a bit. I'll make sure to, like, feed his pet crab so it's not hungry when it's back, and just, like, put some dried fish flakes in your bowl to, like, fully internalize that this is just, like, the captain's pet."
Yeah, no, that was me the whole time. I've been here the whole time.
Hey, Giltor, where are you from?
Mic on.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about where Giltor's from.
So according to the internet, fiddler crabs do see in the dark.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah,
I like Amandi's idea of fraying the rope at the end so that it's small enough to tie around my body.
mm-hmm. I can't get over the image of just this tiny little fiddler crab, like, walking up and down the railings of the ship, but speaking to us in your voice and, like, an authoritative fashion, and everyone else just being like, "So we just have to cope with this, right? Like, he's not going to acknowledge
I
What's
don't think
going on here?
in full crab form. I do, however, with the abilities of this class, have the Aquaman-esque ability to talk to fish and crustaceans.
I mean,
Honestly, the most unrealistic thing that Lan was just saying was that Gilator would talk to us authoritatively.
True.
Yeah.
True.
true though.
Otherwise, all of that made sense.
See you
Well,
on the
either
other
way,
Okay.
and then I anamorph into a crab.
mhm.
So you get you at the very end of the rope tie a smaller piece of cordage to the end of the rope so that it's like appropriate size for you to be able to like tie around your crab body.
Yeah.
And you can see in the dark. So you drop into the water, bloop, and sink down to the bottom. You land on in
My
a
gosh.
valley that is on top of a plateau of a mountain range under the ocean. And standing before, or built into the side of one of these massive peaks before you, is what you can see is an underwater temple. Carved into it is intricate details of like, let me see, hold on. Do you have a picture of this? That's not what I wanted. Yeah, this one. So you see, I'm gonna put it into Fantasy Grounds. There we go. This one is. The fuck is this?
Here's our lid. Yes.
Okay. So you see that?
Ooh. Why is it yelling?
Because it's real mad.
You go to Angie.
It's angry. Why is it so small on your screen?
So, this image has a person in it with a glowing amulet.
Yeah, it's you.
With my long flowing hair and glowing amulet.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what you see, but it's like built into the side of a cliff, like a mountain.
Oh.
Very welcoming.
And it's got an open door like that?
Yeah, it's open in the front.
Guess I'll check out the front. Make sure, like, well, how would they even get down to this spot, let alone get in, like, if there is air in it? What if we drained the ocean?
What do you do? You're standing outside of the thing. Do you want what? What would you like to do like scout the place out. Where you going? Where you going?
Let me see what I have here.
What do you have here?
Maybe go through one of the eye windows or like the nose window. Especially if they're a size that people typically couldn't fit through.
I could use my.
Is the top of it open? Like the top's cut off. Is it open at all, or is it just like a tower?
It is not open. No. The only obvious entrance is through the mouth of the thing.
There are other fish around here, right?
Probably.
Because I do have the ability to speak to fish.
Do you?
He's gonna commune with the local. He's gonna immerse himself in the local community.
Okay. What are you gonna do? What do you?
Excuse me, fellow denizens of the deep. That's them responding. It's a catfish.
You see like a fish, there's like a grouper or something like swims by. I don't know what
Yo,
fish,
a whole
bass.
group of 'em?
Yeah, what a bass? I don't know. Fucking ocean fish. Swims by. And it kind of like turns and looks at you. And it's looking at you. What do you say to it?
Sir, are you from here?
I
don't actually know if they're like if they can communicate back to me. In fact, I don't think they can. Let me
roll a.
You need to identify what species of fish is in this area and which ones are smart enough to potentially have the capacity for speech.
Yeah, if there was. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say if there was a dolphin, but like they're jerks.
Hey there, dolphin.
Mic on.
Hello there,
Jason
dolphin friend.
allies
Could you
when
perhaps
they,
help me find the? You
go
got
to
a
take
dirty mouth, boy.
That's what. Damn. All right. Yeah. So you can kind of rudimentarily communicate with this thing as it tells you that it is from yes, it lives nearby here.
Are there any other than natural predators? Are there any like exceptionally large monsters around these parts defending this temple?
There are the what was it? It describes basically like the it describes a group of creatures with weird vestigial limbs, but like fish-like faces. Like almost like sharks, but long, thin fins. 4 of them.
Do they happen to have little wiggly worm bits at the end of those 4? Thin. That may or may, are the fins like jointed as well? Do they? And I kind of like wiggle my crab arm. Do they move like this?
Yeah. And there's claw. They have claws, and they hold on to these big, long, like hole-looking things.
The Hagen.
With spikes on the end.
I know what you're talking about. So this temple's defended and actively being used. Huh.
Well, he doesn't say that they're in the temple. He says they're around here.
Well, I mean, there's a structure,
Yeah.
a civilization of people who would use this said structure.
Okay.
At least the conclusion Gillator would be coming to.
All right.
How are we down there?
Gillator is crab right now.
The rest of us are on the ship.
He's gone full crab.
Yeah, I'm currently
Mic on.
communicating with this grouper.
Crab unity.
Yes.
You never want to go full crab.
But
Okay, let me see. No, not that deep. Hold on, deep sea fishing. David, what do you catch when you go deep sea fishing?
That is a good question.
What? It is. That's why I asked you, the one who's been deep sea fishing before.
Gillitor right now.
I don't remember what I caught. It was a long
What?
time ago. I was a child.
Yeah. Okay. Fish species from in the ocean, bass. Bass count. All right. Cool.
Sea bass, yes.
Yeah, you find a sea bass. That's what you're talking to. So
Temple's defended by Saw again.
this is what you're talking to. There we go. A sea bass.
When you're being mean, this is when you're being mean too.
I love that. Yeah, so you're hanging out with a sea bass, and he's like, yeah, there's these weird creatures that swim around here. They're not like fish, but they're like sharks, but they got weird fins that are long, and yeah, they move weird, and they have these weird implements they hold. And they're predators. They hang around here sometimes. Yeah.
Unique. But yeah, that is concerning. Gonna have to fight off the local population to steal their treasure. Once again, figuring out whether or not I'm the good guy.
You are not.
We are pirates. Bum ba bum 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 bum.
Give me a perception check.
Oh
Yo.
fuck.
Ooh, great at those.
Also, if this ends up being a good fight, that means Amanda gets to eat seafood again.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Not bad. Are there skills in here? Oh, they specifically have low light vision. That's cool. Let's just roll their decks. Oh my god. As you're talking to this fish, the fish actually like looks behind you and goes, "Oh god, there's one of them now," and swims away. You turn around and you see a let me get a picture of this.
Is it a Sahagin with a trident?
Hold on. Images.
I'm already ahead of you, my boy.
Let's see if we can get. Well, I like this one. So you see one of these guys. Yeah, that. That's such a bad picture.
You can't screenshot Netflix, unfortunately.
What the hell is that thing? Oh god, it's one of those.
What the fuck? I hate that. You have no idea how much I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
It's a real friendly guy.
It's one of those ones that like shoot their fucking jaw out of their mouth. Yeah, so you see one of those. As you look at it, it's not moving. Like it's kind of like hiding behind one of the rocks, like one of the like part of the mountain, and it's watching.
Interesting.
You just look like a crab though, so it's not like
Yeah.
it doesn't understand that you're. Well, it may see the rope.
In which case, maybe it thinks somebody is fishing.
Out of curiosity, how close?
Yeah,
are we
it's watching you specifically, like, but it's not moving. It's not making any moves. It's just watching you.
How close are we to the time we set of like to pull him up?
What?
I said that we basically took the time it would take naturally for him to drift down to the bottom of the ocean, and then double that. And if we haven't heard from him by like felt a yank in that time, we're gonna pull him up. So how close are we to that?
I don't know if my tiny little crab arms would even have the ability to yank.
Well, then either way, like how. My point is that like how close are we getting?
probably not more than a minute or two left. Is there any last things you want to do before they pull you up?
I would just like to do like just a quick cursory sweep of the surroundings while pretending to be bait.
Okay, yeah, you got a 22 on your perception. So you see that guy. You don't see any creatures around the temple.
All right.
But you're not close to the temple. You're still a little ways away from it. So if you want to get a closer look at it, you can. If you want to get a closer look at something else, if you want to go somewhere else, you can. What would you like to do?
If I move towards the temple, is this guy going to move on me?
That's a good question.
Well, they'll feel a yank if he does. So I'm safe either way. Am I susceptible to the bends? How fast are they going to pull me up?
Probably not as a crab. You have an exoskeleton.
That's true. Well, your skeleton isn't what's affected. It's like
I know, but like there's, I don't know. Do crabs have nitrogen in their blood? I don't fucking know.
Okay, hold on.
Look up if crabs can suffer from
The bends.
the bends or hypoxia or whatever it is. No, not hypoxia. What's
It's the bends.
Yeah, that's the
colloquialism for it.
That's the unofficial name for the
Icky fart blood.
icky fart blood. Yeah, that's it.
Ascending from
Decompression sickness.
Yeah. But I don't know what the the actual name for the sickness is.
Either way, I'm down with it.
It's called nitrogen narcosis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Otherwise known as
Mic
bends.
off.
Because you're using nitrogen as a narcotic?
No, it's because the nitrogen in your bloodstream expands and turns into bubbles like
Yeah.
soda pop.
Yeah, it's not great.
Bruh. So you carbonate yourself?
Mic on.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically.
More or less. And I'm kind of
I
not
am.
kidding.
I am become soda.
It is. It's pretty gnarly. It's not fun from what I've read.
No.
It's it can be pretty fucking painful apparently.
It is extremely painful.
And potentially fatal if you don't treat it properly.
Indeed.
And quickly.
Because you could get an embolism in the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly what he said. A total eclipse of your heart.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
A little close.
all right.
I love that song.
But yeah, so I guess I'll check out the temple.
Okay, so you scuttle on over closer to the temple.
No, Scuttle's on the ship.
It's much darker inside the temple. You don't see any like living creatures. Give me an insight check. You don't see any fish or any creatures around the opening of the temple. You don't see any Saugin inside. You don't see any living things anywhere.
Mic off.
All right, that's either really good or more concerning.
At this point, they pull you up.
All right.
So it takes a couple minutes, and they pull up the rope, and you come back onto the deck of the ship.
Okay.
As you are pulled up to the ship, you turn around and you see the Saugin like got closer, but he's still like hiding, like behind cover, like half behind cover, and still watching.
All right, does he come at me as I'm getting pulled up?
No.
So I.
You see as you're getting pulled up and him watching you as you like head up to the surface, he swims away.
All right. So I get back on the boat. I return to human-sized crab.
Okay.
And I relay the message that we're not alone down there. There's Sagan.
Well, their map did lead to this place.
I did not find a way to get all of you down without you spontaneously growing gills. I mean, I did it. It's not that hard. But,
You only have to agree to a deal that turns you into a crab person.
yeah. You only have to permanently change your physiology into crab. Which I honestly believe is better anyway.
To each their own.
Mic on.
Yes, to each their own.
Now,
Mic off.
This does present some difficulties. Oh, motherfucker. I just...
what?
No. Oh, that's risky. Oh. I have an idea, but it's really risky and potentially kind of stupid.
Go on.
Well, tell us the idea.
If we dropped the telescope down to the bottom of the ocean with a rope tied to it, and we send Gillator back down there, then he in crab form can look through it and see where in the temple the line is going to. Like, is it going into the temple
Mic
or
on.
around it, or like, you know what I mean?
Well, the Sagan was on to me. They saw the rope and they were very curious as to what I was doing down there.
They'd probably just take the telescope.
Yeah, they're watching, waiting, lurking in the deep.
They do that.
Now, Gil,
Yeah.
you have access to magic. Do you think you could empty the sea, or at least like split it? Because like we could give you guys gills, but then like the Sagan will then have the home field advantage of being underwater. If we could somehow make there not be water here. And unfortunately, I didn't find the plug at the bottom of the ocean.
How dare you?
I don't even think a 15th level wizard can do that. I'm only a 4th.
Well,
Wow.
Well, that how wizards work. There's nothing.
we could always go back and bargain with the sea witch again for the ability to breathe underwater.
Or maybe we go to that place, where a whole bunch of pirates just hang out and we find like maybe a shop that sells potions of water breathing or something.
You talking about the Drake?
Yeah.
That's the route I would go. Potions.
Oh, hey, wait a second. Don't we have a cleric with us now? Can he cast it?
I don't think it's a 4E thing. I think it's only a 5E thing.
Yeah. Water breathing is an 8th level ritual.
Are any of us 8th level?
Hmm.
No.
Let's see. Arcana check result. When you perform this ritual, you can designate up to 8 participants who breathe water as easily as they breathe air. Furthermore, they can speak normally underwater.
Then I'm curious, without telling us like how it would happen, did you have a plan in mind of how we would do this ahead of time?
No, you guys are supposed to come up with that.
Okay, just curious.
I come up with the encounter. I don't come up with the solution. That's your fucking job.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we either have to go back to the sea witch or the Drake, and either bargain for the ability to find a water breathing potion or buy it.
I'd rather buy it. I lost my claw the last time. I'm not going back to that sea witch.
Probably. Last time she took the ability I just got from eating that guy, and then she's just gonna do it again. Like, what is the point of eating anybody if they lose the power immediately after?
Wait, Amandi, do you think if we lured a Sagan up here and we all killed it together, if you ate the Sagan, do you think you'd get their water breathing ability?
I mean, I suppose there's a chance of it. It's possible I could get something else from them. I don't know what all their powers are, and I don't really get to choose. Yeah, I just kind of manifest.
I should start having you roll Constitution checks whenever you eat somebody to see how powerful it is.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like, what if you? Because like I can also be on land. I don't know if you are Saugons exclusively aquatic. Like, can they? I mean, they have legs. I assume they also can be on land.
Well, they did describe their limbs as vestigial.
Well, it was a fish, so.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
I don't know
Okay,
what the
so
answer is.
when you turn into a crab, you get more limbs than you currently have. Do those just where did those go? Like, is there equivalency, or are those just like appear?
I've been
I
trying
threw
not
him
to
up
think
my
about
butt.
it, to
What
be
do you
honest.
want from me? I don't know how the magic works. I just become a crab.
He's just like, I have like, this line of questioning is already in its brief existence more thought than I have ever put into this.
It's literally, yeah. That's so
I'm
funny.
asking because if you were a crab, you'd have more limbs than you necessarily need in your human form. And do you really need that many limbs as a crab? Because then I could eat one and maybe get power from you to breathe water. 'Cause you're
Mic
here
on.
already.
So
I
hear
don't
you
know if that
say-
would work. You only get the power from eating like slain enemies that you've killed in combat.
So you would have to fight Gillator
Kill him.
and
And
kill
kill
him for the right to do that.
Which
Wait,
means
what if
you'd be
what
already
if you
back
just
to square one with only one person who can go underwater.
what if you just fight a fish?
I think it's got to be a fair fight, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's got to be a combat.
It has to be.
It does have to be a good fight.
If the fish had boss music, then we can.
Yeah, it has-
Yeah.
Fish head boss.
So my suggestion is we set sail and we try to find some potions or spells or whatnot to either remove the seawater from around this thing or have us all sprout gills and
Yeah,
swim.
like that phantom
Ooh.
chasm Gelf could do. Like, if we got like a real chasm, that'd be pretty cool.
There is a second level ritual called lower water that lowers the depth of water, but it can only do it up to 16 squares, which is like how many feet is that? 50, 60?
160? No, that's half 160. So 80.
16 times 5. 80, yeah. 80 feet.
That's a problem.
I'll say if you use it at a higher level or like do something like that, then maybe it could go more.
We just need to. It's 100 feet deep, so we just need to hire 2 wizards.
I was
My
just
God.
thinking that.
It's several hundred feet deep.
Honestly, I think the best bet is maybe go to the Drake and try and figure it out from there.
Okay,
I
it's
heard-
gonna take you a little while to get there, but
How many several hundred? Because we'll hire as many wizards as it takes.
oh my God,
You know what? Can I try and I want to roll a history check.
I gotta
for what?
Mic off.
What do you want? What do you want to know?
Sorry, I want to try and see, are there any legends or rumors around this part of the world about like essentially artifacts that could allow you to breathe underwater, or like I wouldn't have the intelligence for that. Like surely we're not the first pirates to run into this problem. So can I remember the story of like and there be Captain Moistbeard's crew, who pulled off the daring heist of the century with their, blah, blah, blah. Like,
You can give me an Arcana check to know, like, if you're specifically wanting to know, like,
has this ever happened before?
are
and
there
what did they
ways
do
of
about it?
getting water breathing? Then yeah, it would
Yeah.
be an
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, there's some ways, like the spell is a temporary thing. There are potions of water breathing that last for a temporary amount of time that you could drink. They're kind of expensive,
But there's no like, if I use my bardic lore to get a nat 20, could I potentially learn the recipe for a potion of water breathing? and then tell Gelf like how to make it.
Yeah.
How to make what?
Potion of water breathing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
All
if
right.
Can I do that, Ben?
It's probably a lot easier to buy a potion making kit and ingredients than that. Like that, we can find pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, you could Yeah, like anybody can make.
I will. Then I will
do.
burn. I will burn my natural.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I'm going to.
As I regale Gelf with the famous story about like it's told in limerick form, because like in the story of like them telling this like, oh yeah, when they say like, oh, when we went with like dogs in our ass and blah blah, it's like, yeah, that's them saying that they had to like get like the hair of a wolf or whatever, like decipher this old limerick into the recipe for this potion.
oh
There
my.
once was a crab from Nantucket.
Oh God.
Who at night slept in a bucket.
Who at night he slept in a bucket. And his crewmate Lan, he wasn't a fan, but at this point he just said, well, fuck it. So anyway, knowing now we have this recipe, like what is the likelihood we might be able to like salvage or scrounge up these ingredients either from the wild or just from like a local market we can find?
Okay, so a lot of the ingredients for a water breathing potion are pretty common stuff, but you do know,
Yeah.
like the reason that water breathing potions are sold at such a high price is because one of the ingredients, the chief ingredient that causes it to be magical, is a special seaweed that is only grows in. Let me check my notes here.
Jungles of Asia.
No.
It only grows on the back of a giant turtle that lives in both in space and in your heart.
No. Hold on. Where the fuck is it? I know I wrote this down somewhere.
I'm looking at the list of ingredients, and it says all the common and most easily found ones are found in your mom's house? That's rude.
Well, that may be either make it easier or harder. My mother is an old pile of dry sticks and leaves.
That's funny. Okay, I can't find the name that I gave it, but it's basically a woad underwater.
Well, I've never been to one of those.
It's basically an undersea woad where like the forest is massive amounts of seaweed. But like there's a special plant.
So in order to get a potion of water breathing, we have to be able to breathe underwater.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to breathe. There's other ways to go to the bottom of the ocean without being able to breathe underwater.
Like a diving bell, basically.
I mean, yeah. That's one way.
Captain, do you happen to remember the directions to your old scuttling ground?
I know what port I was at when we discovered the Fae that I beat in that battle.
What happened when you got your curse?
Just check the detailed written synopsis.
Like,
I went for a swim.
You went for a swim
off the side of the boat.
Okay.
And I heard the siren song of siren.
So some kind of fae, yeah. All right. So just ran, like you weren't in a port, you were just at sea and you were just like took a swim?
I mean, we were on our way to a port. It was near there.
I mean, you're always... way to a port.
Yeah, it wasn't too far off. It was like a.
Okay.
But yeah, I got challenged to like. I don't know how I would not have been drowned. Didn't think that much about it. But
We know.
the gist of it is that I made a deal with this Fae that I could, because like it obviously has command over the water, and I was boastful enough to say that I had better command over the water than it, and it challenged me to like rock dodging in a dinghy.
Oh my god.
And if I lost, I died, but if I won, I would gain unparalleled control over the sea. Clearly they were lying.
They oversold it a bit.
Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty parallel to control over the sea. Some might even say any crab has the same level of power over the sea as I do.
Some might even say that the sea now has more control over you than it did before.
Yeah, like I didn't complain at the time because it's like sick, I got cool crab powers, but then like I can't like water bend.
Right.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not upset with what I got, but I will say
I am disappointed.
It leaves a little to be desired. Like 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll keep it, but I do have some notes.
If you made a deal with somebody else, like a Ukito or something, maybe you could have bended water. But
Well, regardless, I guess we need to find an underwater woad. Or waste time heading to the Drake to try and... I don't know, Cat.
The options you present to Dar. Find the underwater woad, which we have no idea where that could be. But the other option is that we waste our time going to a place where we know it is. It's
Where is the woad in Tal'Dave? Great woad. Yeah. I have an idea of where it could be.
You were probably on your way from Capital to Ina Lenora. So going like this way.
Where's Ina? Okay, I gotta zoom out. I'm in the Yeah. Yeah, so probably off the coast of like
the Barrowlands.
Yeah, I don't know how to make circles.
You hold control and then you click with both mouse buttons at the same time.
Yeah, so probably wait, what? Control both mouse buttons.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, probably around there.
Okay. Why are you using the same color as me?
I have a choice in color?
Yeah, in the settings.
I mean, I'm a crab. It makes sense that my color is red.
Okay, we'll pick a different shade of red. Make it darker.
I don't know what settings are.
It's the little gear at the top of the screen.
Oh, like the actual settings.
Yeah, dummy.
Anyway.
Anyway, so yeah, you do know where, like, roughly where the undersea woad potentially is, or at least one of them. But you don't have any equipment for diving or anything like that. So.
Well, we just use our little crab trap again, and we send him down, and he snips off a piece of the kelp, and then we pull him back up.
Okay.
That's definitely how those woads work, right?
I mean, that specific Fae already has my name. They can't take anything.
Mic off.
Yeah, as someone from a woad, because Amandi's from the actual, like, the Fae Wild, I kind of give you like a, as like a, that's kind of the gist of it, but there's a little bit more to it.
How do I get rid of the circle?
You click with both mouse buttons.
Oh.
It's more about like who you know. It's like so, it'd be so clicky and political, like.
It kind of
Well,
is.
They do form cliques down there, but also pods and schools.
Well, at least they're well educated.
They click down there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And also other noises too. Whatever the fuck you call the dolphin mooing. I don't know. What
I
the fuck?
wonder, I wonder what a group of crabs is called.
A scuttle.
Don't invoke the name of the dark one here.
A fight pit?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why?
That's all crabs with violence.
It is a cast of crabs.
All crabs know is war.
Dude,
All crabs study the blade.
yeah. From
But yeah.
birth, if they don't get ate by their mom, they gotta fight for the rest of their life.
Damn, just like me.
The life of a crab is hard, my guy.
Crab. You don't choose the crab life. The crab life chooses you.
It is.
Yeah, Ben, it is a cast of crabs.
Awesome.
It's frustrating to be crustacean.
That doesn't rhyme. So what do you guys want to do? You have a couple options here.
If we want to sail all the way to the other side of Andoran from here, I could probably get us some ingredients to make this potion. Like I said, they already have my name. Like, they have my last name. What are they going to take my first name too?
Yes,
Shit.
that's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah, I mean, the more of your name they have, the more power over you they have.
I mean, I can give them my middle name.
The two of you know there's not just Fae that live in the Feywild or in the Woads. Like there are dangerous monsters that live there.
Oh yeah, no, the Fae are actually kind of the least of your concern.
Yeah, and in an undersea world, you can only imagine what horrors lie down there.
There's dangerous monsters that live everywhere. We fought a couple recently. We'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
We got swagger.
Honestly, our biggest problem is making sure we have enough resources to get there and not starve to death.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. But is the Drake closer?
No,
I don't think so.
Drake's pretty far away.
Yeah.
So the Drake, I'll circle it on the map for you. Drake's out probably around this way.
Yeah.
It moves around a lot, but
Oh, what am I missing?
It's to the far left of the map.
you're gonna only need to zoom out a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, the wood is closer, and then we may have to fight something that I can eat and maybe also gain power from. So sounds like a win-win.
Mic on.
I say we go to the Woad.
I say we
Hey.
hit the road.
Hey, Gilator, it would be funny if I fought the thing that you fought, and I won and ate it, and then got the power over you from it.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't really...
Len's trying to contemplate the implications. He's trying to contemplate the implications of like, wait a minute. So if my contract is with him, but you gain his contract, who do I work for?
So, I didn't really read the fine print of the challenge. I thought giving them my last name was the ante and that I would get it back when I won. I was like 20. It was a rough time. I did not think anything of this. I'd been a pirate for like 2 or 3 years at this point.
You always get the naive ones.
I've just realized now I'm playing Gilator like he's Archer. Because, like, he has, like, a formal education. Like, he's not actually stupid.
He is frighteningly competent when properly motivated.
Exactly. Like, he has exactly the same maturity level as Archer with the same level of education.
Well, I out of game vote we do the Woad plan because it sounds more fun than just going on a shopping adventure.
I agree.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're maybe more likely to be rewarded for our peril than we are for our shopping trip, considering how our previous shopping trips have mostly turned out.
Hey,
Have
I
mostly
got
been
scuttled
more-
out of the last one. I don't want to hear it.
And he is just more peril.
Is he though?
Do not invoke the name of the Dark One.
I will invoke the name of whomever I so please.
The two Fae on the ship just give you a fucking just dirty look at that, I'm assuming.
Dude, if I have to get the ingredients that we need, I will sell my middle name this time. I'm prepared. I have an extra name that I'm not using.
What if we just
Mic off.
kill the thing and I eat it, and then we take the kelp?
That's true.
What about that?
There's more than just that one Fae. And I don't know how kindly they take to... Because clearly they didn't mind that I was in their waters. They were just like, aha, a human to trick and dupe. Not, aha, a human whose flesh to feast upon. So, like...
You'd be surprised how often those two are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. I mean, actually, you shouldn't. I'm literally on your crew.
Point, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I think unless we enact violence against them, we should be relatively safe from the Fae. There are bigger beasties down there. But you know what? As somebody who's had dealings with the Fae before, I've made deals with the Fae, they're good people. I've spoken with them, friends.
Your crew is mostly Fae.
Yeah, exactly. So we're like cousins.
Mm. Mm.
Mic on.
More like you were adopted, but whatever.
No, it's okay, guys. I got the Fae pass. I got some
Yeah,
of my best
I
friends are
don't-
Fae.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
That's a little much.
Me rolling a nat 1 on the diplomacy check with these Fae.
Yo, what's up, my fairies? And the whole place.
Can't say that. Can't say fairies.
With a hard eye.
Wow.
Cool. So we're on our way to this woad to fight monsters and get kelp.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds so bad.
But no, that's the good part.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
I don't like when the DM goes, ooh. Okay, cool.
You know, I just want to say that, like, this once again kind of stemmed from a thing that Amandi said of, like, we could just go to the Drake and get, like, water breathing potions. And it was like, so far away. And then Lana's like, wait, I know how to make those. And then, but we need this one kelp from, like, an underwater woad. And then, like, Gil is like, hey, I know where one of those is. And just kind of snowballs. And it was like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
let's go. Oh, right. About our resources. We got enough resources to get there?
We can make some stops along the way.
Probably. I wasn't. Let me see what we got going on here.
So we got 6 resources and no plunder.
We are...
Because technically, sailing from Cartoris all the way to here used some resources. Probably a D6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where are we on the map right now?
Right there.
Oh, so we're south of Andoran already.
Yeah, you're south of Andoran. That is where the temple is.
Yeah, so we gotta go all the way around.
So someone roll me a d6. And
I
that
think
is
it needs to be. Actually, doesn't Lan have an ability that reduces the size of the dice?
oh, does somebody have that? I think
I think
yeah.
Lan
Pretty
has
sure
it.
someone does.
Asim does.
Oh, Asim
Oh,
does
is
the
it?
navigator. Yes. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a d4
Who, me?
then. Yeah, I guess so.
Perfect.
Could have been.
Okay, so you use a 1.
That was the best it could have been.
Yeah, now that I was thinking about it, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Okay, so you used up 1 resources. So you're at 5.
Does that get us where we're going?
Well, that was to get us where we are now.
And then let me go ahead and look up the random encounters.
Yes.
How do we do that? Random encounters. Roll 3d6.
Who would do that?
I don't know, one of you.
I guess I'll do it. I'm captain.
Yeah, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Captain up.
11. Nothing of note. So nothing happened on that journey.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Do we have the resources to get straight to where we're going, or do we need to go up the middle of Andoran and make a few pit stops?
If you want to get over there, it's going to be another d6.
I don't use
That we
the
were
ability.
for now.
Yeah, so you could reduce to a d4. This is about the same distance that you just traveled. Maybe a little less.
How many resources do we have right now?
5.
We have 5.
Ooh.
But if you're rolling a d4, you can't run out.
Yeah, but then after that, we have to travel to the next closest place to restock.
Well, you'll be right next to Ina Lenora.
That's true.
Okay. Oh, but as long as that's a place that's
Alright.
fine with pirates showing up.
Yeah, they're pretty neutral.
Yeah, that's where I was going the last time I was here.
Let's see here. Locations. Ela. What is it? Ina Lenora is. Where the fuck is it? It should be on here. Here it is. It is an elven port. Okay, so
I will roll the d4.
okay, go ahead.
Come on, shit.
All right, so you use up 4 resources.
Let me know when we have to roll for crew morale.
Let me see. I don't actually know if that would have. Provoked a crew morale check.
Okay.
Okay. What do you guys want? Right. So you lose 4 resources and you make it to off the coast of the Great Woad. Roll me 3d6.
All right. One more than last time.
A 12. Also, nothing of note. Okay. So yeah, you're sailing a kind of a roundabout way to get to the other side of Andorran, but yeah, you get to the Great Woad, or off the coast of it, rather. What do you want to do?
Well, the last time I was here, I just took a flight. Guess that's what I have to do again.
Okay.
You know, a wise one-eyed wizard once said, "You don't find a woad by knowing where you're going. You find a woad by getting lost."
Hey.
Very nice. So what are you gonna do?
Gonna hop in and listen for any sirens singing.
Okay, so you just hop in the water?
Yeah.
Do you become a crab as soon as you're in the ocean, or do you have to choose to become a crab?
The ability says that, like, from the actual stats of the race,
No, I know.
that I can choose human, semi-crab, or full crab.
Yes. But you've not been playing it like that. I'm
I've been
wondering
playing this as a
how.
curse.
Yes. So how does it work?
I assume as soon as I get fully submerged in seawater, I would just fully become a crab.
Okay. So you are crab now.
Yes.
Is anybody going? What?
How does that usually work when you turn into a crab to sleep in your bucket?
It's a bucket of seawater. So as soon as I...
Or how would you completely submerge yourself in order to get in the bucket?
That's a good point.
What? No, he has to have one of the people on the ship. Basically, he jumps into the ocean and they lower the bucket in after him.
No.
To like catch him in the bucket.
Completely submerged, just when you're like in seawater.
Yeah, I just gotta stick my head in.
Yeah.
I get into the bucket head first.
Yeah, and then the rest of your body gets sucked into the bucket as you become polymorph. Yeah, so you're underwater now. You see it's a lot deeper than where you were before. Does anybody want to go with him?
Under the water?
Yeah.
Are we even capable of doing that?
I know I'm not.
I'll go with him, even though I'm a really shit swimmer. But I feel like I can teleport us out if we get into trouble.
Okay. Your cleric, Navigators of Freno, does offer the ability to like try to cast the water breathing ritual, but they
Mic
don't
off.
have it. Like they're not that high of a level. So they could attempt it because they're a cleric. They could like pray to Saint Teach in order to like invoke the power without having access to it. But it would be a lot harder.
You couldn't have mentioned this a week ago when we needed to breathe underwater.
It's not going to last as long as you need it to investigate an entire dungeon.
Yeah.
It would last maybe long enough to get an ingredient off the bottom of the ocean.
Hey Ben, I have a question.
Yes.
My lesser dimensional step it just says in the text that I have to hit a target in order to teleport? Can that be like a piece of wood?
I believe in this instance the target refers to like a creature, because like if you look at lesser dimensional step, Hold on, where is it? Power. Lesser dimensional step. Trigger, you hit an enemy within 5 square feet with a basic attack.
Gotcha.
Attack deals, yeah, and you.
Damn, we should have kept one of those guys alive.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Okay.
Ben,
Yes.
can we add Zafrino to our crew list?
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me do that.
Yes, I'm agreeing to go with Captain Delator because I have a lot of movement abilities that I feel like if things get hairy, it'll help.
Yeah.
Mic on.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Once this is done, I'm gonna be done for the night.
All right.
That's fine. I gotta get a bit to it anyway.
Yo,
Where?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I gotta meet up with the Fae that originally gave me this curse in the first place.
I don't know how you're gonna find them.
I gotta get my big claw back. This is how I do it. Hey, someone fucked with your curse. Can you recurse me?
Maybe you should find a way to frame that less in a way of you asking for something.
Can you believe that sea hag messed up?
Oh, look at me with both of my human hands. I'm so free of the dramatic and ironic consequences of my request. If only please, I hope someone doesn't come along and curse me back into a crab monster. That would be terrible.
Oh my god. Okay, so I added him to the crew list, so he can attempt to make this work, but he is going to need arcane help if he's gonna do this.
Yeah, help the cleric do the thing.
Mic off.
What kind of
But I don't know magic. I just know how to provoke people.
Yeah. So he doesn't. So his Arcana, I'm gonna say, is a +5. How am I gonna do this?
Gosh, it's been raining all day. How's the sky not run out of water yet?
Don't talk to me about raining all day.
I already got a flood warning. I might not be able to leave the house in the morning.
Oh god. Okay, so the navigator is gonna have a +5 to this roll. He needs to get a 20 in order to successfully cast the water breathing spell on everybody, and it'll only last an hour.
This is how this guy hasn't run out of water yet.
I
don't know if you've heard of it.
Anybody can roll an Arcana check to assist him, and whatever your result is, divide it by 5, and that will add it to his check.
Okay. So I stand by and I think real hard about this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Land tries to assist,
though.
Land tries to assist, and anybody who looks over at him, he's just kind of standing at the edge of the ship, just staring forlornly and off into the middle distance.
Okay. So yeah, he basically says, I'm gonna need to I can attempt to to request a blessing from Saint Teach. Oh my god.
Look at how I breathe underwater. Do that.
So he comes to you guys and he says, I may be able to get this for you for a little while, but I don't know the proper ritual. But I may be able to just force it. So if you can all join me on the the main deck of the ship and assist me in reaching out to the Blessed Buccaneer and beseeching him for the power that we require. So land gave him a 10, which divided by 5 is 2.
Oh, my crit one
Mic
doesn't
on.
negate that out.
No, it's still
Okay.
rolled. Amandi gave him a 15, which is a 3. Daniel, you gave him a 22, which is a 4. Does anybody else want to roll an Arcana check?
Gelf,
I'm here
make an Arcana check.
on Arcana check coming right up.
17, that's a 3. And with Gelf's roll, if it's good, he may auto succeed. That is exactly enough to make him auto succeed.
Yay!
Nice.
Woo, we did it, guys. There's that power of friendship.
And he has a plus 20 to the roll, which means I'm going to say if he gets a. So he needed a 20 to get you an hour of breathing. For every 10 after that, it's an additional hour. Oh! He rolled a nat 1.
Oh my god.
But he's still got a 21, so he succeeds. So he calls out to the Saint Teach, and Saint Teach blesses the crew, just you guys, with water breathing for 1 hour. You can breathe underwater.
All right, so we have enough to get this ingredient.
It's gonna be close. I'm gonna keep track of the time. We will cover that encounter next time,
Okay.
so that I can actually edit.
All right.
As Amandi
ladies and
considers
gentlemen.
her axe before going into the water. I don't
What's
know
that?
if that'll be good for that.
What did you say?
Amandi's considering how her axe would work underwater.
Not
like-
well.
Not great. I do
You
have a
can
crossbow.
breathe underwater, and actually, it's really cool. The ritual does say that any gear that would be susceptible to water damage is immune. It protects any gear that you and the participants carry, such as books and scrolls, from water damage, but it explicitly does not change your ability to breathe air. It doesn't confer a greater swim speed or the ability to fight underwater unhindered. It only gives you the ability to breathe underwater and to have your shit not be damaged.
Nice.
Kind of like it's just putting a barrier between us and water.
Basically.
Which was
Kinda, yeah.
All right. With that being said,
Putting a barrier to us in the water.
I'm gonna
Not
go ahead
really.
and head into the stream.
Alrighty. Well, adios, our valued viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Have a good one.
Good night.